Hey, thanks for taking the time to check out this video. It's a new feature we want to try to do as regularly as possible, and part of it is just a mistake that we've made. Everyone who's seeing this, you're invited to see this because you made a game change commitment, and anyone can watch this as well, but we're specifically trying to encourage and help people who've made game change commitments, and one of the mistakes we made is we did a lot of time getting all of us ready to make a commitment, but we haven't had as much effort as we should have in encouraging all of us along the way to hold by our commitments, to see the move of God inside of our own personal lives and inside of our entire church community. And so this is a step forward to try to do a bit better in that, because it's a hard thing to step outside of yourself and to take a different path than average people do. In fact, if you're serious about your giving, you are weird. You are different. In fact, you follow in the line of the greats in the scriptures. I was just reflecting on the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 8. Look, a book, a Bible on a pastor's desk. Weird, yes. In the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 8, the Apostle Paul is talking to a community who he's encouraging, and I think we need to be encouraged as well. These words could be applied to us. It says, "Moreover, brethren, we make known to you the grace that God bestowed on the churches of Macedonia, that in great trial of affliction, the abundance of their joy and their deep poverty abounded in the riches of their liberality." So this church had a reputation in the midst of hard times being very liberal with their giving. And I think that's the mark of every great church. It's a mark of every great follower of Christ. In hard times, when they're suffering, still marked by being able to be liberally giving of our resources to push forward the kingdom of God and be a blessing to people. And so I know we've got a bunch of folks here. Some of us maybe already completed our Game Change campaign. Awesome, way to go. Some of us, such as our family, are not finished, but we've got a plan that we're trying to chink away every single month in a regular way. Some of us have had a curveball thrown to us, and we're just in a different spot, and we're a bit behind. Others of us, we just have never been able to gain traction, and wherever we are, or actually never even started to gain traction, and wherever we are, we need to be reminded God is doing unique things in our midst. One of the things I was excited about this video was one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. I just heard a couple days ago. If you heard me talk about when I was personally moved to get engaged in India, was when I saw that girl in that recovery home where she was hunched and looking up through her eyebrows. She looked like a beat dog. So I realized that she was so abused, she was trying to make herself small like a beat dog so no one would notice her. That really broke my heart. That crushed me. It was one of the things that God did in speaking to me about having Crossroads go further in this move of solving the aftercare crisis in India for girls that are in the rape-for-profit industry. You know, you tell a story like that, you hear about that, you never really expect to see that girl again. You're never sure exactly what's going to happen with them. Don Jared recently told me he was in India checking out our operations there, went to lunch, and who would you know met him and was his table host than that exact girl. We call her Mala. We can't really share her exact name, Mala. And he saw her smile. He saw her smile, and then he went up after her after the lunch and said, "Wait a minute, are you?" And she said, "Yeah, I am. I'm an IJM girl." Looked him in the eyes, had all kinds of confidence, and his heart was broken because he shared with me that actually cynically he oftentimes thinks that nothing much is going to change on a macro scale, and God pierces his heart and says, no, things are changing on a macro scale. That was a divine appointment by God to encourage Don and to encourage all of us that we are doing game-changing things. The game is being changed in personal micro lives and on a macro scale. So, hey, the sacrifice you're making, the things that you don't have that you could have, it's well worth it. More of these reminders and encouragements to come. Thanks so much for being a part of Crossroads and being part of Game Change. You are changing the game. It's an honor to be with you.